Aloha, this is Tutu Sainz at Aloha Food Forest. It's a beautiful day here. And I send you all so much love and excitement for our new earth, our beautiful shared unity, that all beings are appreciating each other's gifts and talents. And there's no more war. There's harmony and unification, just like there is in a natural community, an earth community, like a food forest. So it's very fun that we are all connected, and I'll just take you down our little path to infinite abundance. These are our greenhouses that we started with, and this area is the old aquaponic area. It's not in use right now, but these were like little grow beds back there. And so really, from the cover of the book, Our Path to Infinite Abundance, it's this path right here. So I love to walk this path. It's very fun. There's sugar cane right there, and a coffee tree right here. And this is mallow, where they make marshmallows, and it's also very good for your throat to eat this plant. And these leaves are more delicious than most lettuces, honestly. They're so good to eat. And then there's wild lettuce. Hello, wild lettuce. That's the one, the sap, the white sap relieves pain. It's so marvelous. And this is a little mint bed back in here. And I just trimmed it down today because it had a lot of tall things. It feels like spring here, even though it is still technically the winter. Look at all the bees here on the rosemary. This is such a great plant to grow. Grows so well here. You can break off a piece of rosemary and grow it for yourself, and it's so good for people. There was a study that came out about the longest lived people in Italy were eating a lot of rosemary, and I've seen just oil that had rosemary soaking in it. That oil can heal skin very well. So yeah, it's fun to have rosemary, and it makes a great addition, of course, to almost all the cooking, whether it's rosemary in a drink, rosemary lemonade, or rosemary in your cooking. It's so fun to have it. I'm so happy to see all these bees here. It's wonderful. Yeah, and that started from a little tiny piece. And then this is one that started from that. So, and there are others in the garden that we started. So see, you can get one, it can get big, and you can make a bunch of other ones. So you can see the infinite abundance and supporting life here. Isn't that fun? Look, there's an old rose. Look, there's some old lucky horseshoes we put up back in there. That's funny. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, this is our path to infinite abundance from the cover of the book. There's the lemon tree. And let's see, there's fennel. This is also very good for us, and it tastes like sweet black licorice. In old ancient writings, there was one that I found that it said that someone attributed this to helping eyesight, and it's also got some kind of shikimic acids that are good for your body, and it tastes good and sweet, and children love it. Here's a funny dragon fruit that's holding on. See how it holds on to the post? So fun. So yeah, here, and then going down the path to infinite abundance, we have the olive tree, which is so fun. Beautiful. And this year was my first really successful year with the olive tree. I knew a little bit more about brining olives, and also just kept it really simple. I just soaked the olives in salt water, and then I changed the salt water, but I was really careful to not get my hands in the salt water, just like have it sterile. So like a little, boil some brine and put that over the olives, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, and then they come out really good, like exotic, fabulous olives. And of course you can get olive trees from these. So it really is the abundance. And these good old nopales paddles, agave. This is a scary part of the path here with thorns. Yikes. Okay, and bamboo for building supplies. So fun. And here's the aloe that was here sitting in a little pot when I got here, and I planted it, and this has been the feature of my hair coloring videos. It's the aloe arborescence. It's the one with the orange flowers that I show in, you know, so many of the videos. And it has the hair coloring dye that comes out of it. So you can use it to turn silver hair gold. I use it also just to keep my hair healthy and darken it. And if I have grays, it highlights the grays with yellows and stuff. And it's just a very fun plant to have on hand. Although, again, it's infinitely abundant. Look at this. I started with one little tiny one, and now I have them all over the place. So, yeah. So, here's some lemongrass. This is a little area, like a little river bed that's just tiny. And see how nice little greens are growing in there. And this is a berm over here with some more rosemary on it. Another little macadamia tree, because we can make a lot of those too. See, it's amazing, the infinite abundance. I just really need to get more like help, I think, organizing how to get this stuff out to people. So I think that will be coming along soon. But here's the old middle garden. And I talk about this a lot in my books about the food forest. And I'm super excited today, by the way, to announce my new book, The 8-Step Path to Creating a Food Forest, is now published, or will be available on February 2nd. So I'm super excited about it. It's really been a lifetime in the making, but it focuses on the lessons that I've learned from the food forest in terms of how to do things and how to make it easy. So yeah, it shows a lot about like these little calendula and strawberries and onions and things. These are the ground covers out in a food forest. And then you have higher layers, taller annuals. These are collards. Those are little trees coming up there. So we mix everything together. If we have a dry garden area, we can start it with succulents. We start lots of plants that we really like this one right here. You can grow it by seed, and then it lasts for a long time. Pineapple tomatillo. So we really do have like this amazing path to infinite abundance. Now collard greens and calendula, radishes, Swiss chard, wild lettuces, and tomatoes are naturalized in the food forest, on the food forest floor. So it's very fun to have a forest where everything is edible. Yes. You can add new trees. And it's fun to leave some pathways. So, yeah, so if you are interested in growing a food forest, I made it as easy as I could in this book that I just published. It's called The 8-Step Path to Creating a Food Forest. And it has 8 steps. They're like helping you to identify a patch of land that you have nearby. It might even be small or it could be large, and how to get to know your land. And then the next step is to identify all the plants that you have growing on your land and use an app to do that. And then the next step is planting your trees. The next step is covering your soil with mulch. The next step is transforming your forest floor, which goes on forever, actually. You can always be transforming what you grow. And the next step is how we save water in our soil. The tips and tricks that we've learned, because we are a drought area, supposedly, but we have been getting a lot of rain, which is wonderful. Like this right here is a lowered garden bed, as opposed to the raised garden bed, because these grow in the water table and they use less water. So we go over how to do that and how to use gray water like outdoor shower and fun stuff like that. And then there's a step about taking care of the trees. And then the final step is a summary of your annual cycles that you go through when you are co-creating with nature to make a food forest. So it's like the 8-step path, the eighth step is what you continuously do each year. And it's fun and easy work, and you get so much beauty for yourself, for all of the wildlife, and you also help restore health to the earth. And you learn more about the environment that you're living in. Like, see that funny old tree with no leaves on it? When I first got here, I didn't know what it was. I thought I'd probably cut it down. I don't know. But then the next, sometime soon after that, I saw it was pecans, the most beautiful, sweet tasting pecans. So that taught me a huge lesson about learning to identify plants. And I've found so many wonderful plants growing by themselves, literally planting themselves, like these radishes have done. Mustard does it. And now a lot of the seeds that I added, they do it as well. And what I discovered is that a lot of the weeds that we have growing in our yards were actually planted by previous cultures and generations. So there are actually lots of helpful and healthy things to have growing in your garden. So it's really great to offer, like, I mean, trees. Trees are so wonderful. There's that beautiful orange tree that's over 60 years old, and this oak tree that's probably 200. It's just so incredible. So anyway, I hope that as many of you who want to create a food forest in your yard, however large or small, will take advantage of my YouTube channel, and I want to help everyone I can in every way I can to create a beautiful heaven on earth. So, and a lot of it starts with your heart, to have aloha for yourself and for others and for all life. Okay, well, I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to chatting with you. Please leave a comment. Thank you. Aloha.